Well, here we go. It took us most of the year, but we finally got the end of the Turtles of Grayskull Deluxe series from Target. These are the Build-to-Figure wave. We've gone through the Master Splinter. We also checked out the Slocker, and we checked out the Mouse Jaw. And now we have two Bopsteady here. So, very excited to finally get this figure because it's going to round out our Metal Bato. So we'll be able to combine all the parts. So we'll show you what the finished Metal Bato looks like. And then we'll have a roundup at the end of all four characters from this Target wave. I think at least 3 out of the 4 of them are currently available. This guy just started shipping last month, and he took a while. He was a little delayed. I think he was supposed to be out earlier in November or October. But we finally got him, and looking pretty sharp here. One of those really solid crossovers. I'm excited about this one. And we want to show you the artwork one more time on the back, because that's been some of the panels here have been pretty exciting to see over the 4 of them, so you can see it here a little bit closer. So why don't we just crack this one open and check it out. Here is 2 Bopsteady, based on the Masters of the Universe character Too Bad. And we have Bebop and Rocksteady, like we had Tuva and Badra. So 2 Bopsteady. it works, I guess. He comes with this serrated sword here, and you can see on the artwork here, go in his hand or go in his holster in the back. You can see some scratches and battle damage using the sword here, some wear. And then we have this Morning Star that also I think, attaches to his arm. And then we have the character itself. So we'll check him out right here. I love like this turtle metal pauldron here. These little daggers on the bandolier. He's still wearing that vest that Bebop always wears. You know, he's got the signature mohawk and some hair on Rocksteady. I don't think I usually see hair on Rocksteady. It looks like the jaw could open on Rocksteady. Let's check that out. I guess it does not. It's just molded that way. It just has impressions. That would have been really cool if the jaw is open, but they do not. He's got those nice tusks on there. And then he's got some metal armor down the legs, on the knee here, and still kind of little aspects of the figure or the characters as well in there. So again, we have that sword, which you could just holster it back here on his holster there, and then you could take it out and put it in one of the hands. So I'll give it to Rocksteady here. I'll put it in his hand, and it has a very tough way of getting in there, but it gets in there. And he's got a sword, and then we can substitute the hand here. I'll try doing a little, there we go, for the Morning Star. So another swappable hand figure. Seem to have been consistent through most of them, I think, with the exception of Splinter. Oh, maybe Slacker didn't have it too. But then you get this Morning Star you could whip around if you wanted to, and then go back to the normal hand. So he's got hand articulation, he's got the arm articulation, no bicep articulation, shoulder articulation. Both the heads are on a ball, so you could do that. The waist turns, it doesn't bend. The legs are both on balls too, so you could do that. And then you have the knees, and then you have the ankles. So a lot of articulation on this guy. I don't know, I think he might be the best looking one of the set. I mean, Splinter didn't have too much going on for him. He was pretty much just Splinter, just beefed up. Slacker, I mean, again, it was just pretty much Slash, a little beefed up. Mouse Jaw was cool having the Mauser on there. So, but this one is definitely the coolest, I think, out of the deluxe sets. He's definitely pretty cool. So that is the Bopsteady. And of course, we're very excited to see what other components he came with. So he comes with the Metal Bato parts. So we'll get him standing here for a second. There we go. What we were missing from Metal Bato were the legs. Or the feet, primarily down to the ankle. So we have that now. And these are labeled left and right. I don't see much difference, but I'm just going to go with that. We have an arm. He was missing a whole arm. So we're able to finally get that arm in here. That is secured. All right, there we go. So we have the arm. We have an alternate hand that you could put on there. We have that cuffling, so he could use accessories. We have the radar dish, which is synonymous with Metalhead. And then we have the drill. So we have some additional parts here. We'll see how these all shape up in just a minute on our Metal Bato as we build him out. The one other part we have is the little card that comes in here. Now, these cards have been consistent throughout all the figures, so we've taken a look at each of these, and we were pleasantly surprised to see it contains some artwork and then some little facts about the character. So mutagen master powers, he has punk pork powerhouse, warthog of wanton mayhem, and rhino ready to rampage, puts the tusk in destruction, and the two bad fusion, twice the power, twice the hatred for each other. And we had that little artwork there on the front. The only other thing you get here, I think, are the instructions to build MOTU. And we'll check those out one last time. Oh no, I'm sorry, these are the instructions for Bebop, what parts are removable and swappable. So you could take the arms off, you could take the legs off, you could take the belt off, you could take the heads off, and the bottom parts of the legs, I think. Yep, you can see them turn there. So if I wanted to mix them up with other characters in the line, you could do that. So pretty cool. So that is all for our look at Bebop. Now let's finally check out that assembled MOTU. All right, here he is, your assembled MOTU. We just added these bottom parts right here, which were missing from the last time we had them, and then this arm. So he had a lot of parts. He had these two bottom parts, this arm, this satellite dish, this little hand attachment, and this drill. Now, when we had the, when we started with Mousetraw, I think he just came with this gun, these couple parts here, and I think maybe an arm or something like that. The torso came with, I want to say Splinter, and the head came with Slacker, and maybe one other part. But yeah, they previous to this, they didn't come with that many parts for each figure. So this, I want to say, is the most, with these two bottom leg parts and then this arm. So here he is, finally assembled. Remember, you could take the shell off if you want to use it as a shield. So that is just all the way pushed in there, but you can take off and you can see the shield holding element. But otherwise, his big function is that moving mouth, and he's got all these accessories that are kind of cool and look a lot like Masters of the Universe accessories there. Now, what's weird is in the photo, they show these on the arms in between the hands here, but they don't actually fit that way. So if I were to put these on, for example, I could put this on here, and now I can put any of the accessories in it. You see those large pins there, or the large hole? So it could easily fit one of these accessories. However, these hands are not designed for that because they're very tiny holes. They will just fall right out. So on the picture, it has them with this cuff link in between, but in reality, they will not fit in there. I mean, I've tried. There is no smaller peg or anything like that. So it was just kind of a weird production photo showing those on here, but there's no way of plugging the wrist in. There's no smaller hole, there's nothing. So you have to take them out in order to plug the hands back in. So that was just kind of a weird picture that Mattel used there, and I'm not sure if there was an intention behind it, and in the production run something changed, but you cannot use both of those at the same time. So these kind of cufflinks, you're just going to have to find a place to put them, and they're not going to fit on the shell because they're too small, because they're that small peg system. So you just have to, I don't know, you're just going to have to find a place for them. They're not going to fit anywhere where there's holes. So disappointing in that aspect, because I would have liked to put all his stuff on him, like one of the storage shell turtles. But you could get all the other accessories on him here. It's just you can't use any of them without these little cuff attachments here. So we would have to keep those on here, but then you can't use the hands. And the hands would have to go somewhere else, which is annoying. But that, otherwise, he's a pretty cool looking figure. I mean, so if you got all 5 of these, you got this free figure that came with it, and he's a full-size figure. I mean, look at him here compared to Bebop. He is a full-size figure, ton of accessories on him. Here we go, we have our mouse jaw with his little flame attachment, and we have our Master Splinter, and he came with an extra hand. He's got the Morning Star here, and then we got our Slacker right here in the background that also has a removable shell. So this is the complete line of the deluxe figures, I want to call them, you got from Target with the Build-A-Figure MOTU. So you can still get Splinter. I've seen them on toy shelves and online. I think you can still get Slacker through the website. I'm not sure about Mousetraw. You might be sold out now. And this guy is just starting to ship. I have not seen him on store shelves yet, but once you get all these guys, you get this bonus figure right here, which is a pretty cool character with this fun little function of the moving little mouth mandible thing here whenever you turn them. So that's it. That's your look at this deluxe wave of Turtles of Grayskull. Well, we finally finished, and I think Mattel finished strong because I believe this is the best one out of the whole line of these deluxe Target exclusive figures. The coolest look, the best crossover look. It's not just a beefed up version of a character like Splinter here. Like, I mean, Mousetraw was okay. I think he was a really solid crossover with the Mauser on there. Slacker, again, just looked like a beefed up Slash. But this guy, excellent crossover. It's like 100% Turtles, but in the inspiration of a classic Masters of the Universe character, which is what this line should be more like. So he is a very solid crossover. I love this figure. He's great, and he helps you complete Metal Bato, which is also really fantastic. All those great parts that he has on his shell back there, a lot of Masters of the Universe parts. A lot of these were like belong to Trap Jaw, I imagine, when that figure came out, and now they're part of this guy. So the only weird thing is, like, you can't store these cufflinks anywhere, and you need them to use any of the attachments, so that's a little problematic in terms of storing them. There's just nowhere you could put them because they just won't poke into any of the holes. So other than that, it's a great figure, and you get 5 for the price of 4. I think a lot of these are on sale right now. You could probably pick him up and him up on sale price, so you get an even further reduction. And then this guy, if you could track down, and this guy shouldn't be too bad either. Probably only secondary market, or he might be still be popping up in some Target shelves. But then you get this awesome part figure for free with the set. So I think it's worth it if you're collecting these. I mean, obviously you want all of them. If not, this isn't a bad set of just getting these figures to get a sampling of this crossover. So that's all for this time. We're gonna have more Turtles. If all goes well, we'll be taking a look at the Technodrome next week. Finally arriving. It's supposed to get here in 2 days according to Amazon, so hopefully that will arrive on time. And we have other Turtles we'll be looking at throughout the month. We never finished the Classics line from the Sewer Sports All-Stars, so we have those 4 that are popping up at both Target and Walmart now. And then we have other surprises as well, and we're starting our Marvel Superheroes Vintage Throwback look, so tune in for that 7-part series. So that's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow. See you guys next time.